Good morning, I'm Al Litman, Mayor of Mesquite. Today's COVID-19 report is 198, reflects the latest numbers we received yesterday, since we haven't received today's report yet. As the months drag on, COVID-19 remains with us. The news is full of doom and gloom. Employment, or the lack of it, makes the paper daily. I read of new layoffs and the continued large numbers of our friends and neighbors losing their jobs. Unemployment checks not arriving and continued errors on the part of the state unemployment service seem to get worse every day. Business failures are everywhere, and yesterday the Las Vegas Journal talked about the coming flood of evictions from the rental homes and apartments looming, as so many people can't come up with the rent or make mortgage payments. Congress went home on paid vacation and can't seem to agree on a stimulus package for the millions of needy Americans. For the millions that were receiving $2,400 extra in unemployment benefits, they now will get barely enough to put food on the table. An article in USA Today came out over the weekend, talks about the increase in alcohol consumption since the start of the pandemic. Unwinding with a glass of wine or a quartini might seem like a good way to cope with the stress of the COVID-19 pandemic. Mind you, I'm not advocating this or any other unhealthy method to reduce stress, just giving you some needed information. Reports indicate that alcohol sales were up 54% in late March compared to the same time last year, and continue to rise as the pandemic drags on. Humans have long turned to alcohol to try to relieve everyday stress and anxiety that just come with living. With the pandemic, both stress and anxiety levels are going up daily. There are so many uncertainties that lie ahead. Will I still have my job? When will my kids go back to school? When can I see my family again and hug them? And so much more. Anxiety isn't the only thing fueling pandemic drinking. As people work from home, they self-isolate, they experience loneliness and boredom. These are and have always been triggers for excessive alcohol use. There's help out there for those affected in negative ways with the pandemic. In doing some research for this video, I spent some time reviewing what the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration had to offer. This organization's disaster distress helpline provides 24/7, 365 days a year crisis counseling and support to people experiencing emotional distress related to natural or human-caused disasters. And believe me, COVID-19 is a disaster, no matter how you look at it. It doesn't matter who you blame. It doesn't matter who you think it was caused by: the Chinese, the Democrats, the Republicans, Bill Gates, George Soros, the commies, or if we created it in this country. It's here, and we have to deal not only with it, but our personal reactions to the aftermath it's leaving us with. So back to some help. The Disaster Distress Helpline puts people in need of counseling along with support before, during, and after disasters, and will refer people to local disaster-related resources for follow-up care and support. The helpline has provided counseling and support in response to Hurricane Sandy, the Ebola outbreak, and the COVID-19 pandemic. When you call or text, crisis counselors will listen to what's on your mind with patience and without judgment. What you say is confidential, and you don't need to give any identifying information. There is so much more to say, but if you need them, call 1-800-985-5990 to connect with a trained crisis counselor 24 hours a day. Spanish speakers can call the hotline and press 2 for bilingual support. Stress and anxiety can lead to depression. We need to do our best to alleviate the conditions that often bring this about. Talking about it is one of the best things we can do for ourselves, our family, and our friends. To end today's video, it has been reported that along with the cost of groceries going up there's now a shortage of pepperoni, and the prices have increased twofold. Even my favorite pizza will cause stress. Keep the faith and think about brighter days ahead. Stay Mesquite strong for yourself, your family, and your friends. Thank you.